kind of miss y'all a little bit, kind of going through the routine. Whenever you get to bye week, there's a lot of things, of course, that you want to get accomplished, and we're able to do that last week. Just kind of analyze, critique everything that we've done up until this point, and make the necessary adjustments, even though you're kind of doing that all along. But a part of it, too, is to get away and, just recharge the battery, become a fan, which I was able to do. Wife Mary Ann and I had a great time seeing our flagship university compete and play well. And then just watch the NFL games that happen to kind of see how we fit. A lot of the teams you get a chance to watch, of course, we're getting ready to play a little bit later on. So to go out, to go into the bye week on a win, also I did a lot for our team. But it was good to get back today, though. Get back to the practice field. Part of bye week, you get an extra day to start preparing for the Raiders. Long history, of what they mean to our league, and they're in a similar situation. I've been in every game, had an opportunity to win every game, but it hadn't happened as much as they liked. But for us to keep that momentum going is really important to us. I'll take your question.
Lovie, with Jack Easterby's departure, you've worked with him the past couple of years. I know there may be things. Is there anything you want to say about his time?
Yeah, for me right now, that's really a question for ownership right now, and for maybe Omar for the organization to talk about later on. Right now, I'm here to talk about the football part, and I'm well versed in what's going on with it right now. Well, last week I talked about just getting him back into the mix officially. When you're on IR, you can't take a rep. So it's not like he's been out practicing with us. So to start the process last week was big. We only had really one day of practice last week. So that's why each one of these practices is very important for his growth. He's going to get better every rep he gets. And eventually he'll be out there playing for us. Can't wait to see exactly when.
What is Nico dealing with? I noticed he was kind of off.
I'm sorry?
What is Nico Collins dealing with? Do you expect him to play this week, or is he dealing with anything?
Yeah, but this is kind of an extra day. We'll have more to say Wednesday about what, but is he on the injury list? There's a lot of things going on. Is Nico on the injury list?
I don't think the injury list came out.
Yeah, well, let's wait. Yeah, and I kind of knew that. Let's kind of wait for it, and then we'll talk about it then a little bit.
Okay, Coach.
All right.
You've been around this organization for 2 years, but how would you best describe your relationship with Jack?
Relationship with Jack was good, just like everybody else in the organization. He's one of the first guys that, and again, we're talking about that for what reason right now. We talk about everybody in the organization. My dealing with Jack's been great. He's been good for the organization. One of the first guys that I got a chance to talk with before I came down here.
Lovie, I wondered, what's the number one thing maybe your team didn't do for these first few games that you need them to do in order to have better results?
Well, first, just finish. We've had our moments offensively, defensively, special team-wise, but I don't like the way we finish the games as much as anything. We've had opportunities. What we've been able to see this first quarter of the season is what you normally see. You have a chance to, you go through the preseason, but you still don't get a chance to, when it really counts. And I think that's where we are right now. I have a better idea of first exactly where everybody should be position-wise and how we go forward. But we had so many opportunities early on. But that was a part of the growth, too, to figure out how to finish a game. And I think you have to go on how we finish the first quarter of our season. We were able to do that against a division opponent on the road. So that momentum that we built up from that last game, hopefully that's what we're going to carry on to this one.
You said that with Previn Jordan back at practice this week, what are your expectations for him, and do you think he could play on Sunday?
we're hoping any of the guys that, first off, you have an injury, we won't put them out there until they're ready to go 100% and all that. But Brevin's, I would go on any of our injured players that come back. What was their role before they went down with an injury? Brevin's a good football player, part of what we're going to do here, so he'll be in the mix once he can go. And again, this extra day kind of helped us get a better idea of who we'll have available this coming weekend. But we're a better football team with Brevin on the field. Absolutely.
Can you talk about, you said before the bye week, it's a good time for you guys to self-scout. Anything stood out to you when you guys did that?
No, because when I say we self-scout, but we're doing it always. After, you're doing it through the game. You're making adjustments and changes. And, of course, after a game, you do that. So, but as much as anything, I believe even more on how we want to do things and what we need. And we have a bigger body of work to base that on. So it's more of that as much as anything. A lot of times you go through bye week, it confirms a lot of things. But then to see all of the numbers there together kind of let you know exactly what direction to go. Normally after bye week, that next game kind of tells you a little bit of what we feel we need to do going forward.
Lovie, do you have an update on a couple of the other IR guys, Teague, Toriano, and Javier Thomas? We've been watching Javier running pretty well in these former drills.
I'd go with what they're telling you. But again, I'm going to start off with this. We put guys on the field when they're healthy. They've been cleared medically to go. But Javier has made a lot of progress. Teagan has made a lot of progress. We have an excellent medical staff, rehab, that entire group of people, sports performance that has their hands on our guys. So I just know that we're anxiously awaiting to get Teagan back out there. I think he'll fill a role for us. Javier Thomas, it goes without saying what he means to our football team, but we're steadily getting more and more of our players back.
Coach, leading up to the bye week, you guys talked a lot about getting the offense more consistent. What are some of the intangibles that you was able to see?
When you say intangibles, that's what it is, intangible. It's hard to put your hand on exactly what it is. We have a belief in our system on what we do, and if it's not working exactly the way you would want it to, you keep practicing it, and eventually it gets better. That's where we are. That's why I saw before the bye week, that's what we've seen right now. As you look at what we've done, our running game, take it for instance. Running game, first game, hey, we need to get more carries for our tailback. We've done that. We need to commit more to who we say we are. I think we've done all of those things. Now I'm just tightening up a few of the boats as we go forward.
What are some of the bigger challenges you want first glance that the Raiders present?
Well, offensively, starting with them, Derek Carr can make all the throws. He's athletic. Remember when he came out of college, meeting with him. So really like what he's done in the league. Starts with the quarterback, Devontae Adams, the best, arguably one or the best, or at least one of the best receivers in the game. Darren Waller, tight end. Look at the skill throughout. Running back wise, one of the best in the league. So offensively, they have the stars to be productive on that side of the ball. Defensively, both defensive ends. You start with the front. Excellent front, put pressure. Their two defensive ends, you can make a case they're as good as any combination of ends in the league. And there's a cornerback that they have. Let me think of his name. Nate Hobbs, I think is his name. Excellent player. Since I've sat in his living room and convinced him to come to a college, I kind of know what he's about too. So it'd be a big challenge for us.
I hope you understand. I must ask, it's a major departure from a front office in the middle of the season. How has it been communicated to you going forward? How things are organized? How in your relationship and organizing the team, just how that is without him there now and going forward.
And I hope you understand that when things are official, you never talk about anything until it's official. And as I said earlier, there'll be information coming out a little bit later on. And then After things become official, then we can talk about all the things that you like to talk about now. I'm sure you can understand my point of view too.
You all signed Jordan Akins over the bye week. What has he brought to you all? What have you liked from him? And what do you hope he can do?
Well, I think what he's done, you saying over the bye, but just since he came into the building, he's a threat at the tight end position. Excellent speed. So it's a good matchup for a linebacker. He can run as well as, any of the tight ends around. He can catch the football too. So what he's brought to us in the passing game, I think, has been pretty good. And to be able to continue to keep him involved. And just a tight end position, I'm going to say. We talked about O.J. Howard. Of course, we're talking about Brevin earlier. We're talking about Teagan. Just that group as a whole, we've gotten quite a bit from it, and we'll continue to do that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.